gather knowledge from the universe around and mature. What if you train the child? It will grow better. Which we call as sanskaras. What are sanskaras? Sanskaras are the processes wherein you are training the mind to evolve a little bit every day. Right? So these tama gunas or the lower gunas, which are common between humans and every animal on the planet. Then you have the higher gunas, or the higher properties of the human mind, which is called as sattva gunas. What are sattva gunas? Or the higher properties is to love, to be positive, to be creative, to be evolved, which we don't find in any other species. It is the uniqueness of the human species only. Right? So, because some of us can balance our mental properties or mental capacities in a way, some people get a chance to excel. But there is always this animal calling within us, which is our group calling, which not everybody can kill. Right? Not everybody can dominate their animal instinct beyond a certain limit. There is this explosion that does happen. That's why you see people behaving the way they are. So when I say it is in my dharma to behave right, if my mind is set on doing the right thing, no matter what, I'll do it. If my mind is set on doing the wrong thing, no matter what, I will do it. So no matter how much you train me, no matter how much you guide me, no matter how much you teach me, if my mind is set on it, I will have to do it. Now we come to the question where she's asking, how do you understand yourself? How do you touch upon these higher emotions only and make them grow? And how do you curb these negative emotions? Another simple example I'll give you. Everybody here is probably, like we've been discussing yesterday, is aware that complex sugar is bad for health. Right? But if I place a cake here, a chocolate pastry or a chocolate cake, almost everybody would want to eat it. We know that it is not because it is harmful for the group, but it is harmful to me. Even then I won't be able to resist. I will want to eat it. Why? Because my desire of my lower brain is pushing me towards the taste. And my higher brain, which is telling me about its properties, is getting pushed back. Right? What if this was a group of 12 athletes, Olympic medal winners? They would not even think about eating it. Because for them, physical excellence is so much a priority that the thought doesn't even cross their mind. What is the difference between us and them? Just a thought. Just a thought away. Just one thought difference. Can we not get that kind of physical excellence? Of course we can. Can we not get that kind of mental strength? Of course we can. How do we get it? They get it by physical exercise, which we call as asanas, which we call a vyayama. Vyayama means to stretch our body, to push our body beyond its limits, beyond its boundaries. So when you are every day when you are doing asana, what you are doing is physically molding your body to the way you want it to be. And how do you go inside? How do you train the mind? Is through meditation. How do you evolve? How do you increase this higher energy within you? How do you evolve your mind to be in a higher state of existence than it is today? Is through meditation, because meditation is like an exercise for the mind. It is like doing gym for the mind. When you're actually training your mind to listen to what you have to say. And to aid it, because I will go depth into the mind tomorrow, to aid it, we have the concept of Agnihotara. Now going a little back to what we were talking before, when we say that this consciousness and this energy runs through every being, right? How does the Vedas explain this? They call it Sarva Vishnu Mayam Jagat. So for them, Vishnu doesn't mean the blue god with 4 arms holding a conch and a mace in the hand. That is a very later metaphorical description. What it means is the whole world is made from this energy that is pure consciousness. It doesn't mean that a little blue man is in everybody. Right? Even every cell, if you see a small cell,